This is a tutorial of the advanced selection options in SnipCSS Pro. SnipCSS extracts all the styles you need of any part of a web page. To get started, you first click the extension icon. In both the Pro and free version, you can select any section you want. The main way to navigate after selecting a section is to use the parent button. Let's say we want the entire list of items selected. Just press the parent a couple times and it will be selected. Now, let's say we just want some of the items in this list. The old way would be to click the Change Selection button and then select specific indices of children. That works, but selecting indices is not very user-friendly. Let's instead use the subselection feature. With this feature, you could select only portions of any items you want. First, you click Subselection. Then you press Include specific elements from the dropdown. And then you can pick items inside the main selection. Now you don't have to pick only children. I'll just select a couple elements inside the children to see what it does. The specific elements that I selected are highlighted in blue. After the QE collects the styles, it only has those specific elements. Next, let's try a more advanced example. Sometimes when you select a large section, it highlights almost the entire page. Take the home page of Alternative 2. When you select a section and go to Parent, it will have too many elements. The entire page will be selected. So let's use subselection to include specific elements. Now we can select exactly which sections we want, and SnipCSS will only extract those sections. This is in the Pro version, so it is changing resolutions and getting all media queries too. After the QE runs, you only get the styles for the sections and elements you want. Now here's a feature you might not know about. After you start selecting, you can still click elements on the page. You can hold down Control while clicking to pass the click event to the element. This is useful for bringing up pop-up to select. Now say I want most things in this pop-up, but I want to exclude some. Subselection has an option for that. After selecting to exclude elements, it will highlight any elements you want to exclude in purple. Then when you run SnipCSS, it will exclude those elements. That's what this looks like after excluding just some of the text. Now finally, there is one more way to select elements. You can use the Multiple Elements checkbox. Let's say you want to extract styles from completely different parts of the page. In this case, the Multiple Element selector is probably a better choice than subselection. When using the Multiple Element selector, it will put all elements inside a vertical flexbox. It doesn't use the original container, where subselection is probably more true to the original design because it uses the original container. So when you can, I recommend using subselection. If the elements are scattered around the page then use the multiple checkbox option. And this is what the multiple checkbox option extracted from that selection. It has all the various elements you selected inside a flexbox. That should be everything you need to know about selecting items in SnipCSS. Let me know if you have any feedback, and keep on snipping.